tired. It's not even 6 o'clock. I'm like ready for a nap. I don't have any coffee or anything. When I do, it's decaf. I don't really need to drink coffee anyway right now. It's this chunk, right? Because the sun goes down at like 4:30. And it's dark, and then I'm like, okay, ready to go to sleep now. Hi, welcome to my tube. My name's Marge. I'm a Hilk empath. I just like having these little talks on the way I feel about things. Luna's being lunatical. You being goofy, girl? Good boy, Artie. Go on. Good boy. Go on. Don't stand right there. I don't want to listen to her growl throughout my talk because you're annoying her by your presence. We'll just fix that. So, you're okay, Tucker. Everybody just relax. Let me just talk for like 20 minutes, half hour. And we can go back to our regular scheduled programming. Oh boy. You don't like the light? He doesn't like the light. We'll unplug this one. She doesn't like the light. Good boy, Top. Good boy. Good boy, dog. Sweet little old man. Mom, it makes me nervous and buggy too, Mom. It makes me do both of those things, Mom. Alright, bud? You so sweet and smart and funny, little old man. I get videos that pop up of them like from 10 years ago, 11, 12, when they were little puppies, you know? How they freaking whipped around and oh, life was good, you know? Life was good. Uh-oh, where's he going? He's on the move. Good boy, go to pillow butts. Good doggy. Good boy. Good boy. Now I'm getting hot. The earth is changing. The frickin' my disaster alert app keeps going off. The landslides, it's such a trip because like that happens in clusters, but they're in different parts of the world. And so I've been keeping track of them, and then like there'll be clusters, and then several days later on social media there will be evidence of the leftover remnants of the landslides that I got notifications of days prior. Today there was a story. It was a sad ending. They stopped looking for, I think, a 12-year-old boy after 15 days. That there were 4 other people died in a landslide in Alaska. Like just like the stripe of the freaking just nope, we're done. You just, but we're not gonna, or the whole root system just comes down into the water, can create a tidal wave in sorts in some areas. A lot of earthquakes, 7.0. Just living on the coast just makes me nervous, you know? Just makes me nervous. Oh, in the reminder of how I don't want to behave, some dude got his freaking channel taken off, 300,000 subscribers, but he ticked off the wrong people. I mean, I don't hear much that I say. I mean, there's people I don't agree with, but like, when people just get downright insulting of the people that are watching the videos, and in the chats, these people are just praising the guy. Oh, you're such a spiritual giant. And he's like calling people the C word and stuff, which is common slang down in Australia where he's from. But yeah, that's where he's from. But he said too many of the wrong things, and they took his channel down, and let that be a lesson to me. Let that be a lesson to me of how I shouldn't behave. You know, I try to every freaking asinine thing I do in life, I put on here. This is like my confessional here. It is. You know, let the record reflect that I tried. I tried in life. I tried not to let, things, the unfairness just freaking rot me to the core. I tried. I tried to see where the goodness is, where all I've seen is just freaking crap. Year after year of how it's everything is a club, and it shouldn't be like that. Shouldn't be like that at all. But it is. And nepotism is why unqualified people have positions that they're in because of who they know, not what they know, and there's consequences to all of this stuff. The good old boy club. There's consequences. There's consequences to stacking the deck, to cheating, lying, thieving. There's consequences. You're not supposed to live your life that way. You're not supposed to live reckless and, like, you're supposed to take care of your soul sack and do good things with it. Not freaking race around the city. We just wait until you're a phone call that's going to break your parents' heart. Is that what your parents... I don't think that's what your parents wanted for. But but these parents just enable their kids out there and just buy them whatever they want, and these fast cars, and like I know you are driving with your kids, like teaching them how your kids are. They don't. Oh my gosh, it's so dangerous. The world is evolving to a place, and it's hard to see because it's personal choices. Where we live, we're pretty unscathed. I see stories of waste on social media, and then I go downtown and I see evidence of more waste, and I put my 2 cents worth, and it's not going to change anything. And well, at least I tried. At least I tried. Good boy, Ben. You want some water? Go ahead, bud. Good boy, handsome man. Good boy. You're so cute. God, little old dogs are so freaking cute. I'm gonna go out tomorrow and see a buddy. I haven't been out in a couple days, so I'm gonna go out tomorrow and check into with the world. But I just, I called today's talk "What's Good," because I was listening to Peace Dealer earlier, and he was talking about how the consequence, or how you gotta live right, man. There's ethics, there's moral codes, there's universal law, there's, come on, Benny, there's commandments, there's rules, regulations, policies, and procedures, all that exist to keep the world from heading down the trajectory that it's headed. And I just think, what's it all for? Why even bother being a good person? Because you get a lot farther in life lying, cheating, and stealing. Because I look around and I see the evidence of that every single day, how far people get lying, cheating, and stealing. And I try to be, I try to be true to myself. And live in a way that I don't conduct myself lying and cheating and stealing, or sleeping around, or gossiping, or I don't say nothing that's not true. I don't say anything that isn't true. So that's another way that I've lived in my integrity, and I've been wrong, and I've come back later and said, hey, I was wrong when I said this on my video the other day. It's important to be able to say that you're wrong. That's very important, to be able to admit when you're wrong. I'm excited for more people to learn how to do that, So There are a lot of cool things happening. There are a lot of good things that are going on in the world. A lot of people are really choosing fitness. Still, I'd like to see more of a balance, of Man, people put hours and all the hours and all the days into themselves. If they just put some of that into like somebody else, the world would be a better place. That's all. That's all. Is it just pay? It just breaks my heart to see all these people that, oh, you get to do one thing in life and you're so good at it, you get to just do that all the time and make all this money and just do that one thing. You know how many people are just freaking trying to survive? You know, just not even by just themselves, but trying to, trying to take care of a loved one. And because society it ain't designed. God is designed good orderly direction. Because I've lived my life in a way that ain't gonna draw too much. I don't know, scrutiny. I mean, I don't know a lot of other 40-year-old daughters. I know that they're out there, and I would love to find them and meet them. But I bet they're busy, taking care of their moms too. The ones that are out there exist, and I just think it's a miraculous thing. Our story, how I was looking at AccuWeather today, at the radar, and where we live, northern New Mexico, and it just trips me out. Like, whenever I start questioning the universe, like, why? Why am I here? I'm just constantly reminded because this is where mom was born. And this is where her people put her up for adoption. They got rid of her. Whatever the circumstances were, she was born deformed, so they threw her away. They do that a lot in New Mexico. They even have little boxes at the firehouse where people can take their kids and dump them off in a box. So mom ended up in an orphanage, and then like in junior high, high school, ended up in Ventura, California, and went on with the course of her life, and get married and having kids and all that stuff, and then only to end up later in her life back to where she began. Yeah, I think it's weird that people don't believe in God. I am definitely surrounded by the evidence of what happens when people live self-will, run riot all the time. There's the drug use and alcohol use is predominant where I live, and it's just weird to see because everybody lives in their grandma's house, like everybody has lived here. Their family line has been here for so long. They just live out, so they don't got to pay rent or nothing. You got to like pay their electricity bill or something. Maybe go work for 6 months and then live for 6 months. Just go through all there ain't a whole lot of places to work here. They just opened a Harbor Freight and people are real excited about it though. I know I am. So it's like a little progress. What else? I'm trying to live in my heart with more gratitude. You never live with enough gratitude in your heart, And the weather's been super pretty. I just have found that my discomfort is directly congruent if I start getting seeds in my head of like things that I feel like I should be doing. Like I should, like I should be in the rat race still, and I would be running this town if and all this egoic stuff, all of this stuff. And then I'm like, that's exactly why. Because I see people on my social media, man, their parents pass away, and they are just like, man, they're so lost, They're so lost. And because they didn't spend the time. They didn't take the time to spend with them, and they thought they had more, and they'd always catch up. Life always gets in the way, and things happen, and whoopty-bap, whoopty-boo. I miss you, I tell mom all the time. I said, Mom, when you take your last breath, I said, I'm gonna miss you till I take mine, until we see each other again. In the afterworld, in the higher ethers, in the no place space. So we only have such a short time on this planet. It's just such a short incarnation. It's just weird to see what people do with it. I don't know what tech is going on with technology. I just lost my connection. There's an update. It says it's connected. How you doing today, Ma? Mom's feeling much better. Or you must be getting kind of hungry though, huh? You're doing all right. I haven't had much of an appetite. It's like I have, it's like I'm hungry, but nothing sounds like it's gonna satisfy. Maybe some peanut butter and crackers. I gotta go to the market tomorrow. I keep thinking all this stuff that I need, and I can't find my paper to make the list. Oh, there it is over there. But the weather's been real nice, like 50 degrees, and that's a nice little break after. But the lows are real low. I wake up and it says it feels like it's 12 degrees. I don't appreciate that much. That's like brutally cold to me. That's mean. I don't like the cold. I don't do good with the cold. Somebody I know, his kid got a bunch of shot. He got his vaccines. Mom, I think I still have my shot records from when like Paso Robles. You know it?
Yeah.
When I was 12.
Yeah.
Like the health department. I remember getting that one that put a horseshoe on my arm.
Yeah.
The tetanus one. Like I don't know. Now they just give kids. Like I was looking it up. Like how many times they get injected, and they get them at like 6 months, 3 months, like all these different intervals too. So I guess it depends on the county and the state in which you live. But that stuff ain't cool, man. That's just like when I went to the VA yesterday, and I told them, they asked if I wanted the flu shot. I said, no, this is an exit-only system. Exit-only system. Nothing goes in the system. So, no, it's like mad. It's like weird. And then they piggyback stuff. They put like 3 different kinds of things in one shot and then give him like 2 shots. So he's getting like 6 different things. That's what makes us, this is how the meek is going to inherit the earth. It's going to make people twitchy and shit. So, yeah, nothing is tasting real good. But like smoothies, I feel like I want to get like yogurt and make smoothies, stuff like that. Does that sound good, Ma? Yeah? Nice and light? All right, maybe I'll get that tomorrow. I'll get stuff to make like pineapple, mango. That sound good? Yeah, okay, we'll do that. So, life is pretty okay in northern New Mexico. My heart is full. Benny, one up there? Come here. Good dog. Good boy, Benny. The snow is melting, and we're supposed to get a little bit more on Sunday night, or Friday night to Saturday, but we'll see. What else? I just have been trying to take it easy and being present and enjoy every moment that we have together. Well, because life changes on a dime. I was really thinking a lot about my sister Jessica today. It died September 23rd, 2022. And, I mean, that's the thing is, like, when people live certain lifestyles, there's a level of acceptance that I've come to have, and I love them, but I'm loving a ghost when people choose to live the ways that they choose to live, It's like I already know I'm loving a ghost. And now she really is in fact a ghost. And she visits me. I know she does. And I'm still kind of mad at her, But she was only 39. And then she died on her daughter's 18th birthday. And her granddaughter's 2nd birthday. And it's and then you can't get mad, because all we have is the dash. We have the time that we start our incarnation and the energy in which we hold in that stamp with the where the planets were at the time we're, and then we navigate through life with that energy. And my energy hasn't always been easy as far in terms of helping me navigate through life. And my natural recourse is to be angry and to get mad and to throw things and break things and release and all this, you know. I mean, I got a lot of masculine energy, and learning how to channel that, all that anger, has not been easy for me to do in my life. And some days I fail. Some days I fall short still. And I reached for progress. I will never strive for perfection. I see people freaking drive themselves to the grave to strive for perfection. And ain't nothing is 100%. Nothing is 100% on this planet. So, I don't know, for people to waste so much time on perfection, it's just, it's unfortunate for me to think about how much I feel like they're missing out on, you know. We all have our own path, and I gotta let people just, you know, just like, we just gotta let each other, I guess. I don't know. I think it's okay to intervene from time to time. Like, I knew that she was going down a dark path when I reached out to her on her birthday and didn't hear nothing from her. And I knew she was in a dark place. And then that was her 5th of September is her birthday, and then she died on 23rd, a couple weeks later. So 22nd, September 22nd, 23rd, September 23rd. See, because she died, and then her boss at the bar, the dive bar that she worked in, called me the next day. So Scorpio season, man. Shit. Anyway, what are you gonna do? Just keep telling your story and try not to let it freaking make you too dark in your heart. That's all I'm trying to do is like freaking just try not to freaking end this life just full of anger and hate and resentment, and just like talk about stuff and get it out of me. And hopefully I won't be riddled with, you know, cancer at any point, because I feel like I choose healthier options because I'm surrounded by people that do not choose healthy options. So I see the consequences every day of the freaking the lack of mental health that comes with people that just freaking live however they want, and they don't have any discipline to live any different. Like, they can't help themselves. Like, they can't seem to get the garbage out on garbage day. It's literally where it sits to where it has to go is 5 feet. I put my garbage out every Monday around noon because garbage day is Tuesday. And yes, they're very inconsistent with the whole garbage thing where I live. I live in a very inconsistent place. They call it Taos time because nobody fucking is in a hurry to do anything. And the thing of it is there's a lot of reasons why people should be moving with a sense of urgency, and they just don't. Because who cares if people die and stuff? It's just such a weird place. Such a weird place. Anyway, what was I starting to say about that? Like, they project to have 3,000 people. There's only 6,000 people in the town. And they're supposed to have 3,000 people in the town square on Saturday. Because they want to freaking go tourist. You know, they want to, or, you know, it's the holiday season. So a lot of restaurants around this is how bad, this is so weird to me. This logic. They jack the prices up so high because tourists from all over the world that have nothing better to do than go wee down the hill Taos Ski Valley or wherever. Wee! Let's go look at the Indians at the Pueblo. It's people's zoo. Tourist places are just so, like, it's a weird thing. The whole concept of it, right? So they raise the prices so high. Most people do not work in this town. Like, the money that's in this town, it's people that like have it's tech companies, people that work from home, they get their own little chunk of land, and then, they're living their best life, right? While the cracks of society around us are just like, you can't, like, finding a place to live here is a total nightmare. It's just so bizarre. The local business owners raise the prices so high because they're making the tourists pay for it because they can afford it. They got nothing but all this disposable income. They just come here and piss it away on freaking wool blankets and, gimmicky shit. Taos, New Mexico, little Zias or whatever, gimmicky crap. Piss away all your money in just like these selected handful of shops. Yeah, of course, some of the restaurants benefit from it. Sure, they benefit from it too. The county, the county employees, they benefit. They got so many perks, man. They don't got to pay for nothing. They hardly do nothing to earn all those benefits because the cracks of society are so wide. But so they set the demographics so high. Yet there's so many freaking people that are so freaking poor, live on the mesa, live on fixed incomes, don't have any income at all, that are just trying to freaking scrounge enough to get like firewood so they don't freeze to death at night and stuff like that. There's so much. That's the imbalance. Is you go to a town like Taos and there's so many people that have so much, while so many more people have jack shit. It's an imbalance. You go to Salem, Oregon, or Portland, so many people have so much, but so many more people don't have jack shit. You go to Los Angeles, it's everywhere. That is the imbalance. Poverty consciousness doesn't happen to the freaking people that, it's not the people that live on the street that are like, people get that stuff twisted. I'm here to clarify for some folks. People end up on the street for all kinds of reasons. Not everybody on the street is a junkie or a drunk or, stuff. People that they oftentimes evolve into that just to numb the pain of the shitty lifestyle of what it is to live on the street. Nobody should have to live on the street, yet so many people do. And then they're saying in like Los Angeles, they're designating $365,000 per homeless person. No, you're not. No, we say we care, so allocate us this money so we could pay ourselves for saying we care. And it doesn't trickle down. It doesn't trickle down. And so they set in Taos, that's what my beef is they set this prices. They actually have like promotions where, if you're local, we'll give you 20% off. Here's 20% off for locals. Why are your fucking prices so high that 20% off is actually is what, like, it's like what you could be selling your prices for originally, but you gotta hike them up because you gotta get that money. And then what do you do with the money? How does it benefit the community when shop owners in restaurants, they make all this money? How does that benefit the community? It doesn't. It only benefits the freaking small group and cluster of people. And that's what my beef is, and I got ideas how to remedy that. Like, if people want to come and piss away all their money here, let's have a little freaking, what do you call it? Like, I always use this reference, like sushi restaurants, the menu, where you can just go through and check, like, what you want, right? There's non-profits all over the place in this town. Just go through and, okay, I'm going to donate to this nonprofit, hey, thanks for letting me be a D-bag in your community. There's a guy, At the park the other day, Augustine was cracking up at me. He had a big old freaking like Rottweiler, big old dog. I don't have big dogs because bigger dog, bigger the crap, and I clean up after my dogs. That's what responsible pet owners do, right? And this guy had this big old freaking Rottweiler. He's taking a big old shit on the grass like dogs should do, and I'm pulling out to leave, and the guy had no intention of picking up his dog's shit. He had no intention. Big old dude, probably drove a freaking Jeep Rubicon. $5 he probably did. Heaps of creeps drive Jeeps. It's not me, it's them. It's a stereotype. It's just a demographic. It's a kind of people. It's an impractical vehicle. It's a waste of money. It's an ego trophy. It's a trophy. It's not that world anymore. Nobody's worked hard enough to get all the trophies that they give themselves. And so he had no intention of picking up his dog crap. And I stopped. I'm in my Suburban and I stop. And he sees me and then he gets out his dog crap bag and then proceeds to go pick up his crap. And he's like, mind your own business. I said, I live around here. This making sure you pick up your dog shit is my business. Because he wasn't going to do it, right? So, yeah, I don't like tourists. I don't like people that freaking, come in with indignant attitudes of like, I'm spending my money here, so I'm going to freaking shit and not clean up after myself and leave a mess and, drive like a D-bag in traffic and, all this stupid, like, just hold people up. Because I always know where I'm going. I'm surrounded by people all the time that have no clue where they're going. And quite frankly, it's really annoying. I'm Aries Sun, Scorpio, Moon, Cancer, Rising. I like slow walkers. I'll freaking zoom around them. And it's so funny how people get offended because they're slow as fuck, and I don't want to. I got life to live. Or I'll be like dragging my feet, being all exaggerating behind them, like. Sometimes I'll even go oompa-doompa-doompa-doomp. When freaking, one of the things that drives me crazy about, because I've been a pedestrian probably more years in my life than I've had been driving cars, and even though I got my license when I was 16, but I didn't always have cars. I've been a pedestrian a lot, and when pedestrians, it's like, why, they'll walk on the sidewalk and they'll be striking. They'll be going at a good pace. And then they get to the crosswalk when I'm waiting for them. And then it's like they kick into half speed. Like, do you think you're going to fall down and bump your head and crack your skull open? Is that is that why people do that? Like, you're walking fast, but now someone's going to wait for you. And pedestrians have the right of way, so you're going to slow your ass up. And so, okay, go ahead. You got that right. You got that right. Make them wait. That's when I bust out with my people get so fucking pissed. They get so fucking mad because I just put them on blast for being a fucking holder-upper. Just for being asinine. You could fucking hustle across the street. Yeah, you got the right of way, but don't mean you gotta freaking hold people up because you're a slow-ass jerk. That's all. So people can act however they want. That's fine. Just as long as they don't got that problem with me talking about how they act. That's about all I got for now.